From the studios, it's Election Yard, and special elections did take place. Okay, I'm lying. One special election took place today. It is March 31st, 2026. There was only one special election on the board. Now, you remember we had a little bit of excitement last week with a couple of special election flips, including one that I don't think anybody saw coming. Well, this week was a little more mundane, so this will be a shorter video today, but we'll take you through and we'll ask the questions that you want answered. So where was that special election? Well, we'll show you now. It was the 5th Essex District of the Massachusetts House of Representatives. So you see that little patch of blue out in northeastern Massachusetts. That's out on Cape Ann. So there are only 4 towns that make up this district. They are Essex, Manchester, Gloucester, and Rockport. And in case you're wondering about the political leanings of this district, yes, the former holder of this seat was a Democrat, but I believe Kamala Harris won every single precinct in this district in 2024. So the final result shouldn't really come as a surprise to anybody. And what was that final result? It's Drew Tarr. He won the seat with 63.7% of the vote. He beat his Republican opponent, Christina D'Alicia, with about 28.9%. And there was an independent, Gil Frieden, in the race. He got 7% of the vote. Looks like he carried his hometown of Essex, Mass. in a 3-way race, but Tarr won everywhere else. And reading up on Frieden's website, a guy's definitely not a conservative, said something on his website about having a Bernie sticker, so you can count that 7% of the vote as for a left-leaning candidate as well. But if you want an answer to the question of who overperformed or underperformed in this race, well, because there was an independent that got a nice chunk of the vote share, both parties' vote share went down. The Democrats' vote share went down a little, by about a point, but the Republicans went down more by about 3 points. So what do you end up with? A very slight Democratic overperformance of about 1.65%. Barely an overperformance, though I do think, based on what we know, if Frieden hadn't been in the race, I think the Democrats probably would have won by at least a little bit more. And now, as we do after all these special election results, let's show you the new Massachusetts House of Representatives. Democrats have been in the majority in the State House in Boston for a long time. They will continue to be for a long time. And with Tarr now succeeding his former boss, Anne Margaret Ferranti, the late member of the House for this district, the Democrats back up to 132, the Republicans on just 25. So let's go to the big boards. The Democrats with this win now at 29 special election victories. They are +5. The Republicans -5 on just 13. And yes, it's technically a Democratic overperformance. I almost hesitated to even put this on the board, but fair is fair. Technically, it was a Democratic overperformance, even though both parties' vote share did go down a little bit. So that means Democrats have now overperformed their 2024 numbers in 29 special elections. The Republicans in 4, and the number of seats that are indeterminate is higher than the number of Republicans that have overperformed. So again, as we keep saying after these special elections, the gap just keeps growing and growing and growing. Obviously, these were the last special elections of the month of March. We're now going into April, and the Democrats have a pretty significant advantage in these local special elections. And as I always say, because I know someone out there is going to make a comment, so I'm going to be very clear about this again, I don't think and I don't endorse anyone taking too much from any one special election. Even the handful in Florida last week, they were very good news for the Democrats, but I don't think that those special elections by themselves are indicative of anything. I think perhaps if you put all of these together, you're increasing your sample size and you've got trends to look at. If nothing else, and the trends right now continue to be good for the Democrats, they continue to be very bad for the Republicans, but April is another month. And with more special elections coming, there are some coming in Georgia just next week, which I think some of them could be kind of informative as to how the trends are continuing. We'll just have to continue to keep an eye on it. And you can do that if you subscribe to Election Yard. Follow us on social media. We'll see you soon.